speaker here, Ms. Tanvi Saxena, influencer, AVP Marketing, UpsideLMS. Going to present on the topic on future of digital marketing. I just want to introduce Ms. Tanvi Saxena. She's a marketing expert with over 18 plus years of experience in the industry. She's known for her creativity and innovative ideas. She has worked with some different and global organizations. Marketing has always been her area of core interest and experiments. She believes good marketing is a mind game. She has studied from some of the top institutions in India, the world, such as MICA, ISB, University of Pennsylvania. She's also an active content creator on social media and a certified mental health therapist. She has published 2 books on mindfulness and affirmations. Here we go, Ms. Tanvi. You can share your screen so that everybody can see your screen, and you can go ahead with that.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir. I don't have a presentation. I thought probably a one-on-one conversation.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Please carry on.
Okay. First of all, thank you for having me here. It's a wonderful opportunity for somebody like me to share my insights and what I've learned in the past 18 years of marketing. When we talk about future of marketing, I'm sure there's a lot of word going around because we are already in 2022 and leaping very quickly towards 2030. And we've seen a lot of sci-fi movies always projecting the future to be really high tech. We're close to that, not there yet, like we imagine, but we're making some tremendous progress in the field of marketing. And this requires a lot of insight for us to give to what marketing actually stands for. So today I'm going to talk about 6 points that can sort of amalgamate all the aspects of marketing that we must keep in mind when we talk about its future. That's the next 8-10 years at least. Okay, so the first one is the usage of human attributes. If you've observed closely, marketing today is trying to use all the human attributes available to us. For example, voice, face, and visuals. So when you see the search and Google search or any other search or any device, a new mobile phone, they are quickly adapting to using voice recognition or voice adaptation as one of the key methods to make the usage of products and services easier for consumers. So they're trying to use voice as one solid attribute. The second one is the face. So you have the face, facial recognition, the retina recognition, and that attribute of the human body is being also utilized for verification or for general identification in devices. You have the face lock on iPhone and so many other things that are probably developing out of these attributes. And the third is the visual. So that is being picked up by augmented reality. So when you see filters, when you're seeing probably, the devices that you put on your eyes and you're able to travel to a completely different visual world, which actually doesn't exist. It's just a digital perception, but they're using that sense that we have as humans and utilizing that to push in a brand, to push in a product or push in a service and make sure that it becomes more relatable for the audience or your consumer. So usage of human attributes is the first and the very, very fast growing aspect of marketing in the future. And that has already begun to take shape from today onwards. The second is the artificial intelligence usage. AI is a very, very powerful technology, and it's amazing how marketers are using that to interact, to develop, and to deliver some world-class solutions and services to their consumers. How they're using AI starts from the fact that they are utilizing technology to sort of pinpoint their target audience, to offer them solutions that are specific to individuals of a certain kind, to be able to study consumer behavior, to be able to interact and converse with them with the use of chatbots. So AI is basically slowly penetrating into all aspects of marketing. And by the time we are, say, 5 or 6 years down the line, we'll be having AI tools in almost all arenas of marketing that we see today. I honestly did not know much about AI, say, 10 years ago, but once I understood and read about it, I realized how much of an impact it's going to have in my, in my current role or in my job or in my career growth. So I deep dived and studied, and I realized that there are a bunch of marketers who are apprehensive about usage of AI, whereas some people who've really studied it thoroughly have understood that how powerful this technology can be for the development of not just marketing, but the world overall. That's the reason why people are also releasing these technologies with a lot of thought, some limitations out there, because you can't have AI bots all over the place. So there is constricted and smart and very, very disciplined methods of using the AI technology. So that becomes a very, very critical part of the future of marketing, and that's going to be a defining point for us going forward. The third is the art of storytelling. Now, storytelling has been a background of marketing forever. I think marketing evolves from the fact that we are able to tell a story about a product or a service that we're trying to sell, and that connects with your consumer. When there is a good story that connects with your possible consumer or your current consumer, it creates a brand. And that's why storytelling is essential for businesses, for services, for anybody who's associated with the field of marketing. Storytelling now has become even more challenging because the attention span of your consumer has reduced due to digitization. And there's so many options available out there. There's so many advertisements. There are the mediums through which these advertisement or these the mediums through which you could tell your stories have also changed. Earlier it was television, it was print, it was magazines. Now it's social media, primarily your website. So obviously the attention span and the perception of the consumer has changed. So that means that your storytelling abilities have to get advanced. They have to get more polished. They have to get more precise. They have to get more specific. You now need the talent to tell a story, but in, say, 10 seconds. If you are on Instagram or TikTok, you would have to tell the same story very effectively in, say, about a few minutes on YouTube. And on your website, you could have longer videos, or on LinkedIn, you could have infographics. You're just basically now adapting to different methods through which you could tell the same story, but in a more effective manner. So going in the future, if you're a marketer or anybody associated with marketing, you must understand that the art of storytelling is going to be the key. But how you tell that story and how effectively you're able to tell that story, and is that story actually connecting your consumer to your product or your service, it's going to be very, very critical. So keep that creativity and the ability to tell stories alive. Practice and make sure that you're in sync with what your audience is looking for, and the kind of messages they are willing to consume. That being my third point. Fourth is conscious marketing. If you are an active marketer, you would have observed that in the past, say, 5 or 6 years, a lot of bigger brands have associated themselves to a cause, a conscious message. It could be about women power or women empowerment. It could be about global warming. It could be about going green, or saving water, saving the ocean. Every big brand is associating their campaigns to a conscious message as well, because they've realized that the world is reaching a point where being conscious about our surroundings, conscious about the contributions we make as a business matter, especially to the next generation, because it is going to impact their lives and it's going to impact the future of their families and their loved ones. So keeping that in mind, a lot of brands are focusing on conscious marketing already. So going in the future, it's going to be essential for brands or for companies or organizations to consciously think of their contributions that they're making to the world. Earlier, it was called as the corporate social responsibility campaigns. But today, it's not just that. It's picking up one message, imbibing that into your brand, something that is relatable to your brand, something that connects your brand to that message, and roping a whole conversation around it. So that helps in creating a brand space for your company, along with spreading a message. So I think conscious marketing is something which is going to be a big game changer. Brands who adapt to this trend are going to last longer. They're going to make bigger impact. They'll be able to have more conversations around how they're contributing and connecting with people to whom these things matter. And let me tell you, the next generation really cares about these things. So conversational marketing, conscious marketing is going to be definitely a big game changer in the future for brands who offer products or services of any kind. Next, the fifth point is going to be about conversational marketing. I saw the earlier session by Martine, and she spoke about content and how the specifications of that. And it was brilliant because these things we do because we want to start conversations. We've moved past the stage where we as a brand or as a marketer are just going to put a conversation, just going to put a message out there. It doesn't matter, there are 1,000 such pictures if I just post a picture. But is that picture encouraging somebody to talk to me or talk about me? Is that thought-provoking? Is that insightful? Is that teaching me something? Is that telling me something I don't know? So basically, the goal of all the brands is to start conversations because that increases retention. That increases your audience retention on the digital space. And as we move towards the future, digital space is our platform, major platform. That is the canvas we are going to paint on. That is the canvas we are going to use to derive insights, to generate business, to get the eyeballs we've always needed. So it's essential for organizations, small, big, doesn't matter, whether you're selling a service or you're selling a product, but your content needs to have the ability to spark conversations. There is this documentary by Coca-Cola, which I studied about when I was in MICA. This is in 2016, and the documentary was made obviously far more earlier than that, about I think 5 years earlier than that. And it talk about the Revolution 2020 by Coca-Cola. You guys can Google it and probably connect with me separately. I can share the link with you. It talks about conversational marketing. The purpose of all of their social media activity, their advertisements, their brand campaigns, everything was to spark conversations. To spark conversations, from a consumer to a brand, from a brand to a consumer, from a consumer to another consumer talking about the brand. So basically, as long as people are either talking to you or talking about you, it adds value to them. So their purpose was to plan the content for the whole period, for the whole time, thinking that, our goal is to basically spark conversations. How do we do that? So is it through a visual? Is it through an ad? Is it through a presentation? Is it through a post? Is it, by putting in celebrity? Or is it by putting in a micro-influencer? It differs from brand to brand how you can come up with those multiple different channels through which you can spark conversations. But it's extremely essential to, have conversations as the epicenter of your marketing strategies. Now, how do these conversations actually develop and get you the right kind of leverage that you want? Depends on the kind of data you already have about what people are talking about you, what have they said in the past, what do they expect. So like Martin gave an example of running a poll and looking at the answers and following it through, it applies to brands and individuals equally. if I'm a brand, it's also my responsibility to look up at that poll and see what is my audience trying to tell me. Are they trying to tell me that what I post is irrelevant, or is it relevant, or would they like to see more of videos or pictures, or would they like to see more of product offers, or something that I can probably do DIY for. So basically, it requires one person or a marketer to pay more attention to the conversations that are already happening, picking up insights from this and applying it to your current marketing strategy. So going forward in the future, you will have to have your game up in terms of the conversations that are already going on and what conversations you would want to have, going forward, talking about the brand and to survive the competitive market. That is the fifth point. Now, coming to the last point is future ready marketers. The future of marketing is incomplete if you don't have marketers who are future ready. So let me just give you a quick, backstory. When I started marketing 18 years ago, it was all manual. We were collecting information through forms that people physically filled. The most technology we probably used was to feed that data into an Excel sheet and then sit on it and try and analyze what it meant. Of course, when it got translated from the loads of sheets of paper that we collected and into an Excel sheet, obviously to save time and effort, it was made short. It was shortened. It was made smaller, crisper, so that it fits your sheet, right? So a lot of data was lost in translation. And back in those days, we did not have many tools to give us measurement statistics or to give us numbers, to give us a success and failure ratio for us to study for the for the last 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year. No, it was pretty raw and it was very basic. The mediums of communication for any marketers were also very, very limited. However, now when I work in 2022, I have so many tools open on my laptop when I start my day at work. I get to know how many people visited my website, how many clicked on a link, how much money have I spent yesterday, and how much have I spent till right now. I also get to know what has the growth graph been like for the followers on Instagram or YouTube. I get every little measurement or every little statistics possible for the business that I'm doing. So that is an extremely big benefit. It can change the game for so many people. However, there's a challenge. There's a lot of data available for us, but there are very few people who are skilled to understand that data. If I show the same sheet or so many windows to probably a fresh intern in my team or somebody who's just starting off with their career, they might get overwhelmed and they might just be like, okay, what am I supposed to do? So this is the reason why we need people who are ready for the kind of technological development that is happening in marketing. We need people who not just know the traditional marketing, that is field marketing, or, in those days, it used to be door to door, or, marketing was just about talking in probably a bit of branding and creating advertisements and, roping in celebrities for those campaigns. No, it's become far more than that. If you're responsible for bringing in a celebrity for an ad campaign or an influencer or a micro influencer, you also have to study the numbers that particular brand campaign delivered. You need to study those, you need to observe, you need to derive insights, and then you need to put that into a presentation, be able to analyze and make use of all this information to, sort of validate your return on investments. So what is needed is a holistic, learning or skill development for marketers. At whatever level you are in your career in marketing, it's essential for you to upgrade yourself, upskill yourself. There are lots of things that we don't know, lots of trends, lots of technological advancements that come into the field, say every month. But as a marketer, I think it's our responsibility to sort of not wait for somebody else to push us and tell us that you need to study this or you need to get some more information on this. I think it needs to be volunteering. You need to step up yourself and say, okay, fine, I don't understand SEO. Let me just study it. I don't understand SEM. Let me just study it. I don't understand AI-based tools. Let me just study. Education has thankfully become very easy and it's become very affordable. So there are tons of courses and information available out there for you to go and study and pick up a short, training on to enhance your skills. But to survive in the future of marketing, it's extremely essential to be future ready with your skills, with your aptitude, with your competencies and with your mindset. So there's also going to be a transformation that's going to come, and it's already begun. There are some old school, marketers. There are some mid-range marketers, and there are some future marketers. So I don't want to say much about the future marketers because that generation is probably still in college and still studying. But when we talk about the mid-range marketers, people like me who have seen that era, but have slowly transitioned into the current era, the current technological advancements, and have started have the ability to take the best from the past and use what we have today and sort of create a blend which helps us come up with successful marketing campaigns to do successful marketing for the brands we work for. So with this, I mean, I would just like to conclude the 6 things that you must keep in mind when you're talking about the future of marketing as a marketer and the future, of marketing, even as a brand. 6 things when you talk about marketing that you must keep in mind. First was usage of human attributes, voice recognition, facial recognition, augmented reality. Second was using AI, artificial intelligence, to your benefit. 3 was the art of storytelling, to keep the art alive, but use smarter and more efficient ways to tell your stories, which are platform and audience specific. 4, conscious marketing, making sure that you associate yourself with some conscious, messages or purposes or something which is more like a conscious responsibility your brand associates with, so that people can connect with you on that level, and also your brand gets a leverage out of that. 5th, conversational marketing, to have the art of keeping the conversations alive. And I think I missed mentioning this. The big part of conversational marketing is listening skills. As a marketer, you don't just have to have the skill to tell and talk and respond and always be interactive. It's also to listen, to use multiple platforms and, listen there what people are talking, observe, make notes, analyze, derive insights from those. So a big part of conversational marketing success depends on your ability to listen. And 6th, future ready marketers. So if we're talking about marketing in the future, it is essentially important to have a community of marketers that are ready to take up the challenges, to take up the advancements, and take up the exciting times ahead in their stride with their brilliant talent, knowledge, and capabilities. So yes, I think with this, I would like to conclude my talk. I just had 30 minutes, so I tried to keep it short and crisp. Pardon me if I was very fast, and if any of you want me to repeat a point, I'll be happy to do that. If there are any questions, please drop them in the comments. And sir, you could probably share some with me.
Thank you, Ms. Tanvi. Thanks for the nice presentation. And dear participants, please raise question in the question box. And we have 2 questions received from the live social media. And what is the most valuable digital tactics for small business owners?
Sorry?
Question. What is the most valuable digital tactic for small business owners?
I think to be able to ride trends. Trends are a big thing today, and they can really drive traffic, engagement, conversations, brand presence, awareness, all of that. So if you're a small business owner, I think you should get yourself to a point to identify a trend that's growing, whether it's on Instagram or whether it's on Facebook, and be able to correlate your brand to that particular trend. If you're able to create a messaging that rides the wave of going on trend, it can help you by leaps and bounds. So I'm a very, very active Instagram creator. You can find me with the handle of @Tanvi S Parekh. And one thing that I've seen over the years, not just being as a content creator, but being a marketer myself, because I'm a marketer first, I've seen the brands like Zomato, Swiggy. There's so many out there who ride this wave so beautifully. So if you're a small business owner, you don't have to be a Google or a YouTube or or an Amazon or a Yash Raj. You could just be a very, very small business owner. But if you're able to ride the wave of trend, either using the music, using the memes, you're using humor, using creativity, using DIY, whatever resonates with your brand, if you're able to connect that with the riding trend, I think that gives you an edge. And that's a tactic a lot of small businesses are using today to get the leverage on visibility and brand reach. So I think that for me, that would be a brilliant tactic to use for a small business.
Another question, could you share some tips for young generation to start career in digital marketing?
Okay, so there are lots of tips I have, because I do a lot of these sessions at colleges, and I realized that there is a bit of a gap with what we study at MBA colleges about marketing. And while we're studying the traditional marketing a lot in depth, we're studying very little about, you say digital marketing. So I think the tips from my end would be to understand and read up first what comprises of digital marketing. What all is there, in digital marketing? Do you have, do you have this content creation? Do you have advertisements? What is it that you actually connect and resonate with more? What is it that suits you? Or, what sparks an interest in your mind when it comes to digital marketing? And then pursue a particular course or a training or a vocation in that. So a quick training, a short training after your college is over or while you're studying could be really helpful. Also, digital marketing now encompasses a lot of other, aspects. So, for example, there's SEO, SEM, there is content creation, there's advertisements, there is, and each of them need, hardcore knowledge, and they are a discipline on their own. So it's important for you to research a little bit, spend some time on digital media, read up about digital marketing, and see what is it out of these that I'm really interested in. If I'm interested in, say, content creation, then I will start looking up more or reading up more about content. When I'll deep dive, I'll realize what kind of content do I enjoy creating. Is it just, say in terms of blog posts and website content, or am I more creative and I'm more interested into video and photography and, something that is, because video is getting really big, but that's again content, right? So a lot of things in digital marketing are very, very closely interlinked. So I would suggest studying further. Facebook has certifications, Google has certifications. There are a lot of local institutes also have certifications out there for you to probably take up. But my only advice on that front would be the fact that please make sure that it's a valid certification. It's something that adds value to your career. It's something that helps you sort of add more skill to what you already know. There are lots of local guys providing these trainings, but I would just suggest going to a professional certification would really be helpful and give you a holistic overview of what marketing or digital marketing is. So keep your eyes and ears open, read up more, follow more people, see what they're doing, what they're talking, what are the great marketers in your industry actually, doing, what their growth trajectory has been. So I think a mix of all these things will help you plan a career out for yourself in digital marketing. Be open to opportunities, and all the best.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tanvi. And on behalf of the members of Texila A Conference, I want to thank you for your insightful presentation today and GDMS. and the poll was raised here. Dear participants, please poll for Ms. Tanvi. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Take care, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.